Today, it seems like people would much rather believe, you know, information that comes from other people that is the least reliable source of information. In, I believe it was elementary school class, teacher had us do an exercise to where the teacher told one student at one end and then had us form a circle, and by the time whatever she told the first student got to the last student and was told back to the teacher, it was completely different. Each person that it goes to from one person to the other, they either add or take away some of the meaning of what is said. So if you don't get information directly from some person that you're talking about, then I wouldn't uh, I wouldn't consider that information at all. It's just gossip, rumors, or hearsay. And I learned this in elementary school. And it seems like a lot of people are probably dealing with about the same thing. But my family is the worst. I know my grandmother only gets information from people. They are the least reliable source of information, period. I get my information from people and online. I I check from several people before I even consider, you know, like telling another person anything that I don't know for a fact is true. And everybody should take a pause and think about where the information they're passing along is coming from before spreading more misinformation about anyone or anything regarding anything, whether it be the leadership, whether it be about me, whether it be about other family members, it doesn't matter. You must get the information from those people, the actual family members, directly, or don't even talk about them. Just like the saying goes, if you have nothing nice to say nothing at all. Um, and as far as this silent treatment, you know, that's just me trying to get to the bottom of who is this information about me coming from. And my family, all they do is stay silent. So that just tells me that they know they're getting misinformation from somebody. And I can theorize it all I want on YouTube, but I'm pretty sure mine are educated theories, not just regular theories or conspiracy theories. Because my memory is so much better than my family's. It's just astonishing that, and I've learned so much about what not to do from the way they've treated me and my aunt, and it's just, while also I've been the most giving and helping other people, but they don't want to hear about that either. They think that's bragging, when it's nothing of the sort. It's just because they don't do anything for anyone other than themselves, and they're ashamed of that they think it's bragging. It's not bragging. It's just telling, because they don't ever ask how somebody's doing directly. They ask other people. Like, even my grandmother is guilty of sending people to ask and find out how our people are doing, rather than calling them herself. Like, she has 5 fingers and can use a phone still, just like she used to could. But she never asks the people that she supposedly cares about. So I don't really, people like that, I don't really consider them family much anymore if they're just spreading rumors and not asking me directly. And when they stay silent, when I ask them questions, that's when I've got educated theories on it, all of it. And I could spread whatever I want, since they don't want to answer any questions. It's like, since they didn't have a father figure in their life, they're all spoiled. I mean, who decided that my mother should be the one who ran the store for all these years? And then my sister, the least educated of, between me and her, and the one who is the most dramatic and always hates me for reasons I really don't understand or don't know. But she's at the rumor central there in the middle of town. That's like gossip central. I mean, nobody goes there, or people avoid there because they don't want to be talked about. They don't want any rumors spread about them because that's all that seems to be done. She's using the store as her little megaphone, or an echo chamber, where she only gets information from people that will blindly agree with her because they don't want to be fired or lose their job. They don't, want to lose their livelihood, and understand that. But that's where it's on her to get information outside of that circle, but they don't do that. They just stay in their little holes, hiding and not being proactive about anything they spread or find out. They don't research anything on the internet. They just stay in their little tiny filter bubbles and don't even try to get outside information or differing point of views. And that's the problem. Nobody can talk to each other in a healthy way, but I try, but can't get any answers. They all stay silent. And that is a form of abuse that I've had to endure for the past 2 or 3 years or more. But I mean, anything that comes from them, I would take with a grain of salt, because they do not call me, they do not text me, they don't ask me anything directly. So anything they say about me, I would say just consider it a lie unless you ask me yourself, because I've always been an honest person, and honesty has really gotten me nowhere. But I'm really sick of the silence that I get whenever I actually ask them questions, and then the next thing I know, it's one of them griping at me, calling me a liar of all things, and it's obviously because I hit a button that is probably true. They're all spoiled brats who've always got what they wanted, and the only person that raised them was their grandmother. They didn't have a father figure in their life to punish them for things they did wrong, and she's only been ever worried about her social status, getting awards for Chamber of Commerce and for being on city council. Well, what are those? Just groups of people that make decisions for other people who don't know how to listen to other people all that well. My dad's exactly the same. I mean, he thinks he's helping people by simply writing checks. I help people in a real way every single day. So they can't even hold a candle to what I do, but they don't know because they'll never ask. And they don't care about anybody but themselves and their own narrow-minded points of view. And that's part of the bigger problem, but that's the little problem that I deal with on a daily basis.